Hello, welcome. My name's Amanda. Welcome to Thy Raven's Cauldron, and we are going to try to do some quick reading, see what's going on. See what we got, what we can channel in. Although I look tired, which is past midnight, so that's probably another reason. So let's see what we got. What are we picking up on? What does collective need to know? And this is a collective reading, which means whenever it finds you, then there's probably something in it for you. So take what resonates, leave what don't. Ooh. Okay, so far, what I have got is that you are someone that is very mature, maybe an entrepreneur, very nurturing, healing type of energy, very kind-hearted. Right now, you are getting ready to, it feels like you just, this settling down, but it could be financial that is going to be coming in, that where you don't have to worry, right? But I'm also getting that someone is like it's going to be more stable. Like you've got more stability coming in, which is also bringing in people that are going to be very jealous. And maybe you already have people like this in your energy that has been unfaithful, kind of demanding, pushy, very manipulative. And I think that whenever this stability comes in, it's going to bring that out more in these people. Okay, also, I see that you are someone that somebody feels like you are a missed opportunity. I think they was closed off to you. And this could be, which I'm kind of picking up romantic, but it don't have to be romantic. But they was in like this very slow energy, very indecisive, like they was closed off. And because of that, it's now like you are closed off. So they feel like they've missed the opportunity with you, and it has bring on like a lot of inner conflict. I think there was a lot of conflict, inner and outer. But now it's bringing on a lot of inner conflict, and trying not to be conflicted, trying not to, like they don't want to fight. So they're trying to avoid, I can't even say that right now. They're trying to avoid conflict. Okay, so let's see. That's somebody else that we've got in our energy. What else has collective got going on? And then we will try to dive deeper in these. And like the stability and the jealousy may even be from this particular person. You know, you may be becoming more stable and secure within yourself, and it's causing this person to be jealous. I'm kind of picking that up for some of you. Others, you know, it's that you're becoming more stable, and it's going to bring out these energies from other people around you. What I'm really feeling is that you are going to become more financially stable, and people are going to try to be very manipulative and trying to get you to give to them when the way that they've treated you in the past, you shouldn't. You know, that you've always been good to these people, but it's not that you've ever received that same back, you know. And Spirit's kind of saying right now, you know, whenever you come into this stability, do not let these people push you and manipulate you and make you feel like you should give to them. That's literally what I just heard. Oh. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Okay, so I have that there has been a lot of indecisive, and this is probably with the person that feels like they've lost you. There was delays, caused a lot of inner chaos, anxiety. You know, it's like they was in just this stuck energy, which kept you stuck, and you was trying to be loving and warm and, you know, very supportive, and which is, you know, also showing me that you've come into your own from that. You are more grounded, and you come to find your own happiness and comfort, and, you know, you've come to love yourself. You've become more of a divine feminine. You know, it's this independence, creativity, and you know, them being indecisive and you trying to be supportive. I think you kind of got tired of that situation. Okay, so I also feel that there has been like an offer of love that you felt was unaccepted. And this could be, or a lack of love, I guess would be better, which has brought up a lot of childhood trauma, you know, post traumas in relationships and love, and you've had to really look inward, and you've done a lot of healing, a lot of soul searching. You know, you've had to evaluate and assess your inner feelings and anxieties and look at where they stem from, and you've had to heal them. And like I think one time you felt very broken, and now you have this sense of wholeness now. You know, you have fulfilled all of these aches and pains, and, you know, you've healed yourself. And that is a very, very beautiful thing. Let's see. Which is what's brought you into your divine feminine or divine masculine. But I really feel like this is divine feminine. Okay. Let's see what else we got. one more card to go with this. Maybe, maybe not. Okay. Well, we got several more cards. Okay. So I think that there has been someone that has been very dishonest with you. And you have figured this out. Like, you have had guidance, maybe intuition, other ways, but the knowledge of this. And, you know, there's been a lot of deceit, possibly stealing from you, cheating. You know, I think they've been spying on you, but you have come to this knowledge, okay? And I think this is someone that you had given to in the past, and I think now it's just kind of, you've cut that off. However you was given to this person, whether it be financially, emotionally, whatever, you've cut that off. And like I said, it's caused a lot of, well, it's caused a lot of inner turmoil. But like, it's been shown to you, you know, all these secrets, and all of this has been unveiled. You know, there's been a lot of unhappiness, and you've had to let go of it. And you have let go of it. You also feel, you know, it brought on just a very unhappy, this just was a very unhappy state that you was in. A very, you know, one minute you would kind of be optimistic, and then you'd be brought right back down. And a lot of this has to do with, I think, the ego and how we feel, and having to get past that, because I think you had this impression of this person or these people and them doing these things to you. You know, it really hurt, and you've had to heal that and get past that. Let's see what else we got, if anything else wants to come out, and then we will go a little deeper. Okay, we've got the Ace of Swords, which tells me that you have, you know, received clarity on all of this. I think through self-healing, you've received a lot of clarity, a lot of truth, which is helping you make decisions. And that has, you know, been bringing you into this healed state and just a better state. Yes. You know, it's brought back this playful energy. You know, you're more happy, but it's brought back this more playful energy. Curious, which I also think that, you know, this is causing people to kind of spy in a way, you know, watch you, and you've been speaking your truth, and, you know, how you feel, what you think, and you don't care what anyone else thinks. You know, it's how you feel, how you think. It's your truth, and it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. And doing so has helped you just kind of move from like you've been on this journey, healing journey, and it has moved you from all of this insecurity and inner chaos to where it's just you're more calm and more stable. I really like it. Okay, so let's see what we have for the stability and security that's coming in, which I believe is, you know, abundance and money. Maybe you're getting a new job, making money in a new way, because like I said, Spirit said, you know, basically keep your boundaries, right? So I think that you had this shadow part of you that felt like you wasn't worthy, and you've got past it. I see you coming in for victory, right? And whatever this is, you know, you're going to be very victorious at it. And you have learned a lot from procrastination and not going after the things that you've wanted. You've learned, you know, you've learned that I believe that the present time, you know, is a present. And there's no better time than the present, right? Okay, so now the Emperor that we had up here that feels like you are a missed opportunity. Let's see what's going on there. Oh my. Oh my, I say. Okay, so. Wow. Okay, so that person, they have a lot of regrets. There was disagreements, tension between the two of you, some type of conflict, but I see a lot of inner and outer conflict. I think that there was possibly other people's opinions, maybe them entertaining other people, and I see them wanting to come in. You know, they're very responsible is what they look like or seem to be. And they're wanting to come in and be responsible and take accountability. You know, they know that you are what they desire. I think because of the feeling of losing you, it is causing a lot of change for them right now. They're ending a cycle. They're probably ending the way that they thought, whatever, you know, was causing this conflict. And, you know, they felt like they had failed. They was very disappointed in themselves, but they are finding peace and they're trying to move forward. And I'm seeing this as someone that, you know, they are longing for you. They have, you know, they're thinking back on memories, and there's just this longing for you. And they're wanting to come back in. You know, they really miss you. And whether you let them come back in, that's up to you, right? Okay, so let's see. Okay, once again, I think that this person, and you've had to heal from this because of them being at a distance, and them not making decisions and probably avoiding. So now I think they have got a lot of clarity, and they are very, like I said, they're very disappointed in themselves. Now they have a very overactive imagination. They're very jealous. They think that you're seeing someone else. Maybe some of you are. But that feeling of loss, you know, has brought on all these ideals of who you possibly could be with, what you're doing, and seeing where they went wrong. And it's caused a lot of frustration. just a lot of scattered energy. Anger towards themselves. And it's also made them realize how much they love you and how much they care about you. And I think this is someone that didn't know how to balance feelings, but now they've come into a place of balance with their inner emotions. Okay, so these cards are wanting to fly out. Earlier, I done a reading and I couldn't get hardly any cards to come out. Okay, so I see... okay, this is like the... I think where you was given the knowledge about the deceit, the lies, you know, kind of the inner knowledge, which brought a lot of having to face fears and anxieties and just being down. So I think this person is also going through that, right? And, you know, you as this person that was very compassionate, nurturing, very stable energy. And there was a lot of delays, you know, obstacles maybe. But I feel that there has been a lot of misdirected activity. And now this person also, they're having to look at why they wasn't doing what they needed to do, right? They are, you know, kind of just in this exhausted state, and then this can't believe that they didn't do this or that, and they've had to go back and look at what was holding them back, and then possibly past trauma for them that they've had to go back and look at, and that they've also had to heal, right? And they're, you know, in the process of trying to do that, and they're wanting to take responsibility. So, and also I think now they fear that you're not going to accept them, that you don't want them. You know, they feel and think that you are someone that fulfills them. You know, that there's just this sense of you're the person that they want, that they should be with, you know, that they belong with, the sense of belonging. And now I think that they fear, because of all of these misdirected activities, actions, or seeing, you know, past traumas and how they've come out in their behavior, that they fear that you're not going to want them, and you're not going to accept them now. Yeah, there is a lot of anxiety, fear, nightmares. It's got to the point that it keeps them up at night over you. Let's see what we got for this journey, this healing journey that you have been on. I feel like you've come to peace on the inside. You know, very happy. I think that there was a lot of heartbreak over this person. Anything else? Oh my, and that's how this person feels. See how that flew out? That is how they feel. They are a mess. They are very imbalanced in their emotions. They also feel, this is all intuitively that was coming through, downloads that was coming through without the cards while I was shuffling. like right now, you was very heartbroken over this person, and you felt like there was this bond, right? This person, and there can be an age difference. Right now, I feel that they are going through a lot of suffering and emotional pain because of the feeling of losing you. And they also felt that there was a bond. They also, I think, was looking at, for some of you, social approval, and it could be because of age difference, and that could have been why they didn't pursue. But they have been, I think, taught, basically. Their actions have taught them a lot. A lot of clarity. And I think this is someone that they're wanting to come back in. They don't know how to approach to come in. So they're having to try to figure out how to come back in, and in a way that you will accept them. And I think whenever they do come back in, that it's going to be awkward because they don't know how to tell anyone how they feel. They've never really been vulnerable. So, like, that's something that they fear, and they don't know how to do it, but they're wanting to come in and do it authentically. And like I said, confessions. So they're wanting to come clean. So you may be receiving a message. They may show up, but they are wanting to show up authentically and express how they feel, which they're scared. They don't know how. There's been separation, a distance, and they feel that, that they've been very misunderstood, and they see the mistakes that they've made, and they're wanting to make it right. Yeah, so they are hoping that they can make it right. They're under a lot of stress right now. Anything else? They've got a lot of clarity. So they're wanting to come in and be very truthful and honest with you. I think with this person, okay, I think, and this is what I'm being told, and hopefully this will help some of you, and this may not be for all of you. Some of you, it could be completely opposite, and I'll get into that in just a minute too, but I feel like this person, okay, like you triggered something in them. They've got a lot of clarity. They feel that there's been, that there's a resentment right now. Okay, so what I'm picking up, though, is that you triggered something in them, right? This love that they've never felt. And what Spirit is telling me is they didn't know how to handle it. Because we are taught that to receive love, we've got to earn it, right? So I think that they've pushed you away, and not knowing how to handle this. They've also probably tried to, kind of do other things, hobbies, work, just for distractions to try to make them not feel so much. Because to them, feeling this, it's very fearful. They fear commitment, but not, and it's not you that they feared, and it's not the love, because they wanted the love. They wanted you, but it was the fear of being lost. And a lot of that has probably stemmed from childhood, past relationships. So they didn't know how to handle it. And, you know, there was a fear of getting hurt. So I think they pushed you away and run and trying to control the situation and to stay in control. And with their behavior, like, you know, they pushed you away to let their nervous system calm down and try to comprehend these emotions and how to handle it and what they needed to do, which has also had to bring up a lot of their past and them having to heal it. So I think actually both of you probably have triggered each other. There's been a lot of hurt on both sides, right? I think, you know, you'd trigger them and then they would trigger you. That it was a back and forth thing. And now I think both of you are healing and this person is wanting to come back in ultimately. Which now, whether you take them back or not, that's up to you. Now that's with some of you. Some of you, and this is what I'm also being told, is that this is someone that could be, you know, and you have to use your discernment and your discernment on whether or not you want to take this person back. But for some of you too, though, I feel like this is somebody that was very manipulative, narcissistic, and they knew what they was doing, and it was you know, for control as well. But not only that, I think that what I'm picking up on is that, okay, with some relationships, it's like being addicted to something and you chase after it, right? So it will fall apart and then you chase after it to make it better, like, and just to get that moment of happiness. You know, you're chasing and it's making them feel better and keeping them in control and keeping you kind of stuck and chasing. But like I said, not for all of you. And you have to use your discernment and what you feel and know, because you've come a long way in healing. So, you know, it's kind of, and you know, ultimately, you know, and since this is a collective reading, I don't know, Spirit wanted me to point that out, that, you know, for some of you, yes, this could be somebody that you ultimately don't need to be taken back. Others of you, you know, this is someone that truly loves you and they didn't know how to show it. They didn't know how to hold this kind of love, and they've had to work on themselves. And now, you know, they're wanting to come back. So, I hope, though, that this resonates. Please let me know. And like, subscribe, comment, share. And until next time.